Kazakhstan continues to cooperate productively with the United Nations Secretariat, although it has completed its term as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. The country says activities over the last 2 years were effective. It chaired several sanctions committees of the UN Security Council. Foreign experts emphasized Kazakhstan's achievements in the International Council. Coordination of UN monitoring team Edward Fitton-Brown believes that Kazakhstan has made a great contribution to the settlement of conflicts in the Middle East and Afghanistan.
As envisaged by the Charter, patience and awareness raising.
We have had an outstanding partnership with Kazakhstan, which has been very dynamic in its approach on both counterterrorism and on the stabilization of Afghanistan. Obviously, you have a great deal of expertise in these fields, and you're playing an increasingly important key role in the stabilization of Afghanistan and in holding out to the Afghans the prospect of a future bound up with Central Asia. So these have been 2 excellent years of working with your officials, with your permanent representative here.
An agricultural machinery plant in Kokshetau increased its production capacity. Last year, the enterprise manufactured output worth 3.5 billion tenge, while in 2017, the value totaled 800 million tenge. This year, the facility management is planning to earn 5 billion tenge due to the expansion of the range of manufactured machinery. The production facility currently manufactures more than 1,000 end products. Every year, we expand the range of manufactured products from 30% to 50%. Our goal is to manufacture 4,500 machines per year and reach the design capacity. We are currently working on the construction of our production facilities. The manufacturing plant builds 12 tons trailers. Currently, the trailers are weighed at 6 tons. However, the weight will soon be increased to 29 tons. The plant also manufactures tractors, seeding machines, and other plowing and mowing equipment. We expanded the range of manufactured tilling machines. The plant started manufacturing new models of plows and harrows. As part of the partnership with our Russian colleagues, we started manufacturing seeding machines, which will be in demand in spring. A service center for agricultural machinery is being constructed in Kokshetau. The facility is unique for Kazakhstan and will be commissioned in August this year. Farmers from Akmola region and all over Kazakhstan have the opportunity to repair or exchange their machines here.
По площади он будет состоять из 3 объектов.
The complex will consist of 3 facilities with a total area of 12,000 square meters. The center will provide services such as complete repair, trade-in procedure that is included in the purchase of worn-out machines, total reconstruction of the machines and resale for a lower price.
И последующая реализация уже по более низким ценам.
Customers can submit even 70% worn-out machinery in the service. The company employed more than 200 specialists experienced in working with agricultural machinery. Similar service centers are in demand in Russia and Europe, and now this service is available for the Kazakh agrarians. Kyrgyz farmers are harvesting lemons in January. Resident of Jalalabad region, Rasulbek Osorov is growing lemons in a greenhouse. This winter, the farmer is harvesting the first fruits of the lemons, which he brought from Uzbekistan. The lemon greenhouse is built in the farmer's yard. The lemons are ripe. There are 25 lemon trees in the greenhouse. I am planning to harvest 10 kilograms of fruits from each tree. I use only organic fertilizers. According to Rasulbek, growing lemons doesn't require high expenses and maintenance like vegetables. There is also an opportunity to save on electricity. I don't worry about heating. The greenhouse is heated due to the heat of the ground. We cover the greenhouse with 2 layers of film. Rasulbek Osorov is planning to sell his first yield on the local market. Potential buyers are offering 80 som per kilogram of lemons, which is a little more than $1. Growing lemons is a great opportunity for the farmer and his family to increase the family's income.
Лимондун файдалуу жагы ушу биринчи очурутта гриппка.
This business is profitable and good for health. I give my children lemon tea, which helps to prevent flu and headache.
Чай ичебиз эртеменде. А грипп болгондо балдарга сөзсүз жедирем, ушу тамам.
This year, Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan will continue to work on promotion of a transnational tour of the Great Silk Road. Uzbek ambassador to Kazakhstan, Saidikram Niyaz Khojayev, said that the two countries plan to attract up to 8 million tourists annually, given the tourist coverage of several cities located along the ancient caravan route. He noted that ziyarat tourism, or a pilgrimage tour to holy places, will also be developed besides the transnational tours.
Сейчас готовим мы совместный проект.
We are working on a joint project with our partners. We will recruit tourist groups that will visit both Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. The tour program is similar to ziyarat tourism, which is about visiting holy places. People can be introduced to our ancient historical culture, including the ancient cities such as Samarkand, Bukhara, Tashkent, and Khiva. We will work on a tour package which will also include Turkestan, Taraz, Jambil, Almaty, and of course Astana. The creation of an analog of a Shenzhen visa is under consideration in the Central Asian region. Tourists can visit several Central Asian states with only a single visa. The idea was presented last year by Kazakh authorities and has received full support from Uzbekistan. The countries intend to launch the Silk Visa project this year. Other countries in the region also intend to be part of the plan, particularly Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. In addition, Azerbaijan and Turkey will join the project in the future.
Этот проект мы уже будем реализовывать уже с этого года. В этом году было принято два
указа. We will start implementing this project from this year. Uzbekistan's 2 decrees have been adopted, which further improves tourism and creates better tourist infrastructures, hotels, campgrounds, and other services related to tourism. We are working in this area together with our partners from Kazakhstan.
И других. И вот в данном направлении мы тоже работаем вместе с нашими партнерами из Казахстана.
Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan is holding the leading position in tourism among the countries in Central Asia region. Both countries have a common goal of uniting their rich and diverse culture using existing potential of eco and ethno-tourism as well as traditions. The branding and promotion of joint cross-border tours will have a huge multiplier effect on the economies of the two countries. The Startup Academy has been opened in Aktobe as part of the Year of Youth program. It is located at the oldest university in the region. The academy will be a platform for the search and selection of the most unique projects. Trainings and seminars will also be conducted at the academy. Experienced entrepreneurs will share their experience in doing business as well as discuss about the most common mistakes in business. A team of specialists will help new entrepreneurs to develop their projects from the idea stage to startup. The academy has found its first investors, although it was recently opened.
Проект по развитию стартапов именно на этапе обучения.
I think it's necessary to have startup projects in the university curriculum. A startup is similar to a modern life simulation. A person creates an idea, works hard to build the project, and achieves desired results. If there is an opportunity to experience this at the university, then I think I'll prepare the person for real startup in later life.
Будучи студентом, то это, конечно же, тебя очень сильно может подготовить к дальнейшей жизни.
A regional Jetisu hub technopark of IT startups will be created in Taldi Korgan. The best IT ideas starting from new mobile applications and software to cloud service centers will be built similar to the Silicon Valley concept. The technopark will have a startup academy and business incubator. The new IT developers will be coached throughout the journey from development of business plans to commercialization.
Преимущество технопарка в том, что за малое вложение можно...
The advantage of the technopark is that developers can make huge profits only from small investments. One of our ideas right now is to develop a computer game which is based on our national games. We plan to develop our national brand in cyberspace.
Национальный бренд уже в киберпространстве.
Members of the Trails of Nomads expedition traveled to Hebron city, located 30 kilometers away from Jerusalem. The city is one of the holiest cities for worshippers because of the burial site of the patriarchs. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and their wives were buried there. Facility, built 2,000 years ago, was controlled and owned by various leaders. In the 13th century, the city was controlled by Sultan Baybars. The rules set by him were kept here for up to 700 years.
В 1263 году, очевидно, по пути.
Sultan Baybars and his army visited the city in 1263 on his way to the Crusaders. He made a decision not to allow the non-Muslim people, neither Christians nor Jews, in the holy site.
Чтобы не пускали никого из немусульман, ни христиан, ни евреев.
Baybars held a successful campaign against the Crusaders to liberate the Middle East. According to historians, he achieved his victories due to the ability to make accurate decisions. The well-developed mail system was also beneficial.
אבל הוא גם כן מתמודד בכך שהוא ממקד.
The Mamluks perfected the mail delivery system. They built postal services at every other kilometer. They used various communication methods, such as the pigeon post and flashlights. The Mamluk sultans in Cairo also asked for snow and ice, which were brought from the mountains in Lebanon to cool beverages.
מאכלס אזורים
Mamluks made a significant contribution to the preservation and renovation of a temple in Jerusalem, which is home to several sites revered by the Muslims. For example, Al-Aqsa Mosque is especially important. It is considered the third holiest site in Islam after Mecca and Medina.
Бұл Al-Aqsa'ны бірінші салған уақытында бұл
Al-Aqsa Mosque was built by the Arabs in early 7th to 8th centuries. The mosque was reconstructed in the 11th century by the Fatimids. The facility was renovated multiple times.
Fatimiddер мұны кәдімгі осы түрінде келіп салды. Одан кейін енді талай жылдар өтті, талай оқиғалар болды.
The Golden Dome Mosque can be seen from any part of Jerusalem. The ancient place of worship is one of the prominent pieces of Islamic architecture. The holy site was well maintained and preserved during the rule of the Mamluks, who did a number of renovations. There are 1 billion mosaic particles on the ceiling of Al-Aqsa Mosque. It was created during the rule of Sultan Baybars, who renovated the mosque and built 35 madrasa around it. The Mamluks constructed a number of facilities around the Temple Mount. The buildings were well preserved to this day. The Trails of Nomads research expedition explored the facilities to learn about the Mamluks' influence in Jerusalem. Kazakh fashion designers are promoting Kazakh traditional style in the world. Designer from Aktau, Medina Saktaganova, is focusing on the centuries-old Kazakh clothing design traditions. After graduation, the young designer opened her dressmaking studio. Over 3 years of operation, the young entrepreneur achieved significant success.
Мен егерде соны қолдамасам, қазақ киімдердің, қазақ өнерін немесе сіз қолдамасаңыз, бұл менің ойымша жоғалып кетеді.
If we don't support and develop the Kazakh traditional designs, and if we don't create clothing which has Kazakh ornaments and elements, our unique style can disappear. That's why I support the traditional style and create collections of traditional clothes based on the Kazakh culture and experience I received from my mother.
Оюларымызбен қазіргі заманауи сән үлгісін бірге сәйкестендіріп, өте керемет туындылар шығарудамыз.
The tailors mainly create traditional clothes. Her highest orders are for traditional wedding dresses, headpieces, vests, and overcoats. The designers also create modern clothes adorned with Kazakh traditional ornaments. First of all, it is important to be hardworking and have passion in what you do. If you are involved in the work with love, then it will definitely pay off. When we sew and embroider, it comes from our heart. Medina has done a good job and she has achieved success at such a young age. This is great. Medina plans to invite famous fashion designers to Aktau. She and her team of designers want to improve their skills by learning from German specialists. The head of state announced that 2019 is the year of youth. On behalf of Mangistau, I want to present the president with a gift, a chapan with national patterns. We have started sewing it. The designer says dresses with Kazakh patterns are worn in Europe, particularly in Italy and Scotland. She has made her dreams come true by popularizing Kazakh national clothes in other countries. Medina also plans to take part in international fashion shows abroad in the future. Astana hosted a poetry evening dedicated to 110th anniversary of famous Kazakh poet Abdilda Tajibayev. He is an author of famous works such as New Rhythm, With All My Heart, Mayra and Jartas. He began his career in the late 1920s. His contemporaries used to call him the flagship of Kazakh poetry, and literary critics repeatedly highlighted the author's unique poetry style. Participants of the evening say that every word of his poems has a deep meaning. They say that the work of the poet should not be forgotten. More literary evenings devoted to the works of Abdilda Tajibayev will be organized under the One Country, One Book campaign in Kazakhstan.
Bir ел, bir kitap aksiyası негізінен бұл оқырмандардың
This year, Abish Kekilbayev's prose and Abdilda Tajibayev's poetry were chosen for the One Country, One Book campaign. Every year, readers vote for their authors. This year, people have chosen them.
Абдилда Тажибаев екі авторға түсіп отыр.
Абдилда өте үлкен ақын. Бұл бір ел болып оқуға лайық ақын. Сондықтан да бұл кісінің
Tajibayev was a true orator. His lyrical works, in spite of censorship, are imbued with his feelings. He was not afraid of speaking about his position. His works should not be forgotten. It should have a second life. He has a poem titled They Tell Me to Be Silent, in which he talks about the importance of having an opinion and not being afraid of speaking out.
Маған үндеме дейді, мен айтқым келген нәрсені айтқызуға маған кедергі жасайды деген сияқты бір пікірлер бар.
This year, 2 K-pop festivals will be organized in Kazakhstan. Astana will host events dedicated to Korean music in March and June. The Korean Culture Center in Astana will organize the festival. This is the only Korean center in the Central Asian region. The center plans to organize other events that will introduce Kazakhs to ancient and modern Korean culture. Most of them popularize Korean art. For example, in summer and autumn of this year, traditional performances by Korean artists will take place. Moreover, Kazakhs will enjoy several exhibitions and film screenings. Soon, the center will celebrate the Korean New Year.
이제 한복을 입고 세배를 드리고 그리고 떡국을 나눠.
This Yolal Korean holiday can be compared with Nowruz in Kazakhstan. This is a celebration of awakening of nature. The feast with relatives and congratulations are an integral part of the new year. This tradition is called Sebae. On this day, people play traditional games, cook national dishes, dance and sing. We decided to organize all this for visitors of our center.
우리 이런 행사를 하고 있습니다. 그래서 저희 문화원 내에서 하는 행사이고요.
A research center of music and composers' heritage will be created in Kazakhstan. The center will be a digital library that will store the names of historical figures of Kazakhstan. The idea on the establishment of the research center was mooted after the publication of the 7 Facets of the Great Steppe article written by President of Kazakhstan Nursultan Nazarbayev. President Nazarbayev set a goal of popularizing the achievements of the material and spiritual culture of the Great Steppe. Meanwhile, Astana Ballet will also premiere Kazakhstan's first historical film ballet, Sultan Baybars, in spring.
This
is a new performance which we call film ballet. This is the ballet of our young choreographer Mukarram Avahri. She has so many ideas. I don't want to give you a spoiler. We are preparing to present in March. We only had the film Sultan Baybars during the Soviet era. The ballet will be staged for the first time.